Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the couch because it's the latest film on Netflix and Leatherface has returned. Yay. My review of the 2022 horror sequel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, coming up now. Nearly 50 years after the killing spree by Leatherface and his family, a group of young entrepreneurs and social media influencers purchase a Texas ghost town in hopes of gentrifying it with businesses. To their surprise, they find a woman still living there who had owned an orphanage, and they make her leave the property. It turns out that this was a bad idea, as the last child of the orphanage is Leatherface, and now he's out for revenge. So what did I think of Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I thought it's a terrible horror sequel. This 9th installment of the franchise is directed by David Blue Garcia, who's mostly known for his cinematography work. The film goes down the same route of Halloween 2018 with being a legacy sequel, not just with taking place many decades later after the original events and then ignoring the other films, but bringing in the survivor, Sally, who here is a Laurie Strode ripoff, as she's a survivalist who's looking to finally kill Leatherface once and for all. She's not really in the movie all that much, and once she gets there, it's kind of a pointless return. While I was relieved it's not just another reboot or rehash of the same old Texas Chainsaw story, the film doesn't bring anything different to the table either. If anyone finds the material to be scary, I fear for our society. The original was creepy and is considered to be a horror classic, while this is just stupid and gives us nothing scary at all. It is, of course, very bloody and gory, possibly the most of the series, and there are some funny kills, whether they're looking for intentional laughter at the stupidity going on or not. It also hits all of the cliches out of the horror movie 101 textbook. Creaky stairs? Check. Girl hiding under the bed? We got that for 10 minutes. The normal characters are almost as immortal as Leatherface is supposed to be. There are times where the person would obviously be dead, and they come back for one more bit of bad advice or one last try at the killer. At first I thought we were dealing with a zombie situation with the characters coming back from the dead. There are also some very obnoxious characters that are obviously paper thin, as we get mentions of what they do. Having a few unlikable ones is fine, but having the audience root for Leatherface to off almost all of them probably isn't for the best. These are also some of the dumbest characters in horror history, which certainly says a lot. I guarantee you'll be yelling at your screen at the stupidity. The film definitely tries its hand at satire with the characters live streaming their deaths and just standing there waiting to die, but the next minute brings in a serious subject matter like a school shooting into this dumbness. The script and dialogue are awful as well, with lines like one of the hipsters telling Leatherface he's going to be canceled. There's some horrendous performances throughout as well, with some weird reactions to what's going on. The cast stars Sarah Yarkin as Melody, a San Francisco influencer who makes the trip to the Texas ghost town, Elsie Fisher as Lila, Melody's sister, an amateur photographer who gets drug along for the ride, Jacob Lattimore as Dante Spivey, a quote-unquote chef who's friends with Mel and Lila, Mo Dunford as Richter, one of the townspeople the gang pisses off at their first meeting, Olin Foray as Sally Hardesty, the only survivor from the original killing spree who's out for revenge, and Mark Burnham as Leatherface, the chainsaw-wielding maniac who's at it yet again. If you're just looking for mindless blood and gore, you'll get it, but everything else makes Texas Chainsaw Massacre a pointless and annoying and ghastly experience. Number-wise, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of, hey, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, I only got 2 words for ya. Suck it. All right, well, that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/WestsideOf515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter, the Instagram, and the Letterbox at WestAList. Until next time, Troop out.